Hello everyone, it's Amy and welcome back for another Market Monday craft with me. Today we are working with the embellishment kit that I have for sale today, and I'm going to just show you some of the things that you can do with that kit. But you can also figure out a way to do these same things all on your own. I want to start out, I do have a little journal here. It has 10 pieces of paper in it, and it's got some Kool-Aid dyed paper, with some leaves on it and a piece of cardstock. This is napkin glued on, so is the, and they're not glued, they are ironed with paper, then plastic wrap, then napkin, and they're ironed together to make them stick, and so that's what those are. This is a jelly print. This is a another Kool-Aid dyed with a fern on there, and another piece of cardstock, a piece of wallpaper, another piece of wallpaper, and another piece of that cool. I had done 2 of these journals up a long time ago, but this is that cool paper that somehow I dyed the paper one, and I didn't dye it. I don't know what I did, but anyways, it wound up being one color on one side and a different color on the other. So so this journal I am going to sell at the end of this. It will be $20, and it will include a few bits and pieces from today's Market Monday, along with some other bits in it. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to color some paper because I want to kind of maybe do 2 different things. And so I have a piece of that's very, to me, very blue, even though it's all the different colors, but I kind of wanted one that had a little more oranges in it because I wanted to do something with kind of the oranges, and I still want blue in it. I just don't want as much. Oh, maybe we'll even put a little bit, not walnut stain, let's do tea dyed. Okay, so let's try those colors right there, and we're just going to, I'm going to show you how the stamps work. So I'm not going to do the whole page. I need enough for a tag, so, but normally the way that I do it is I just pick one of the stamps. These are the little ovals. And now in this kit, in the few bits that I send you, there aren't many ovals, and there's one of these gray ones, just one, because that's all I had left. But normally I stamp it once, and then I just go somewhere else and stamp it again. And then I just kind of go to my next color, or do all of the stamps at once with all of, or do each stamp all at the same time with all the colors. So I'm just going to do it like that. And then let's grab some green. Maybe stamp it off a little bit to make sure that I don't have a bunch of orange on it, since I'm totally switching color tones. But actually, I really don't mind the way that they look if my colors mix. The Distress inks seem to mix very nicely, so that doesn't ever bother me. Maybe do a little bit of the blue. But I really do like the way that these stamps work. I like the way that they turn out. Maybe one more. And if you don't have this sticky kit, all you need is some fun foam. Cut some ovals out of fun foam. Maybe you have a punch that will punch it for you. And I keep pressing down my mat's not good here. So now this is all mixing all of my colors. Check this out. You can see the tea dye, you can see the blue, and you can see the orange. I think that's really awesome. Didn't do it on purpose, but it looks good. Okay, so that's enough of that one. And I keep not pressing down. Let me do one where you can see that it really does actually press all 3 spots, because I keep not pressing on this edge and it's not coming out very well. But that's me. Okay, so then we've got some of these little circles, so we'll just go in and do a few of those in a few different colors. Let's grab out some more orange and kind of maybe turn our paper a little bit, figure out where, because I've kind of shaped this, so I want to make sure that it's going to fit where I put it. but I did that so that it would kind of fit around things a little bit without it looking too much like it's going around. I don't know how to say that, but it just has a little bit of a roundness to it. Let's throw a little bit of red on here too. Whoops. But yeah, these kits are very fun, but you know, it's not something that pretty much anything that you see that I'm doing here, you can do it without the kit. You don't have to have the kit. And that is, you know, that's the biggest thing. No matter what it is that you're looking at that other people are using, you don't have to have what they have. Think about what you have and what you can do with what you have. I'm going to pick up some of this and thinking maybe that red might make it almost a little bit of a purple tone. We'll see. That pulled out like a lot of colors. Definitely not just turquoise. Okay, and I'm going to find my other stamps and be back in just a second. Okay, I found my other stamps, and we'll just do just a little bit more because I love this stamp, and I do really want to have a little bit of this on here. So I'm going to actually go a little further than I was planning on so I can get some of these on here. Maybe grab the lighter orange. Got a frog in my throat. Some red. And these are just so fun to do. And like I said, you can use fun foam and just cut it like this. Any kind of shape. And then just find out later what it's going to look like, because you'd really never know what you're going to come up with when you make your little fun foam shapes, and then you glue them on there and you go and you look and it's like, oh wow, that's not what I thought it was going to look like. Sometimes it looks better. Sometimes you're thinking, oh, I thought it was going to look like this, and it doesn't. But it's still usually cool. Alrighty, then what else? Maybe a touch of green. The green always winds up really, really dark. That's pretty good. Just kind of stamp off the edges there. And maybe just a little bit of turquoise. Trying not to overlap too much, but if it overlaps, that's okay. And let's just go ahead and put a few here and there. Just to fill in some spots and give it just a little bit of contrast with that turquoise color. There. Okay, so that's good. Now we can use that for some tags or pockets or whatever. And it has more orange tones to it. To me, it has the same colors on it. It just depends on how many you use. Alrighty. So, I wanted to start with the blue page. And I did put in cardstock for this one because it's going to be a little bit heavy. But this is one of the circles, and on the circle, I just covered it with the scrapbooking paper, just strips of scrapbooking paper stuck to the sticky side. There's also a sticky side on the back. Then I want to cut this in half, and I want to do it, I'm not real good at cutting straight lines. So what I did was, this was the non-stick piece that came off of here. Also, you can save these and use them to stick your other things on after you color them so that you've got them all in one place. But what I'm going to do is I folded it in half and then folded it in half so I can get some pieces. I want to go this way. So I'm going to hold this on here. I'm going to do it on the back so that I don't wind up having a line where I'm drawing. Hopefully this marker works. This is a permanent marker, so it will work on shiny surfaces, but I'm not sure how well this marker itself works. Okay, so I've got a nice line there. It should be. Just want to double check and make sure that I actually had it on there correctly. Yep, that's where the line is. It looked a little off for some reason. And then I'm going to cut it just like that. Then what I'm going to do is take the sticky off the back. And just like any sticky die cut, they like to be difficult. Works really well if you use your pokey tool when you have die cuts or something that are sticky on the back and it's hard to, or it's cut right next to. Okay, so I'm going to peel this all the way off. I don't need that anymore. And then I'm going to stick a piece of paper on it. Just any piece of paper. And I'm going to leave a little bit of it still sticky and use the paper to get rid of the rest of to cover up the rest of the sticky. Because I want to stick that part to the page and not this part so that it will be a tuck. And again, you can do this with you can just use a regular circle of paper if you want to. You don't have to have this. This just made it easier for me to quickly get all those strips down and everything. Okay, now I'm going to touch the sides and see if it's sticky. And it's not really sticky, but it might be a touch sticky. So what I'm going to do is, where is my makeup? There it is. I'm going to just take a little bit of this makeup and rub it along the edge. It'll give the edge a little color. Oops, shouldn't have done that. Now, I don't want to get the makeup all over there because the makeup is a powder that will make that part not sticky. But I'm just going to go around the edge and it will stick wherever it's sticky and make it not sticky anymore. And it will give it a little bit of color. Because sometimes when you have any kind of a double-sided sticky that's kind of puffy, if you'll notice, if you get a bunch of double-sided sticky rolls of tape together, like if you order a packet of them, they'll be stuck to each other if they don't have a piece of non-stick between them. Just going to get rid of the extra. And there we go. So now it's just kind of blue on the edge, but it's not sticky anymore. And I want to stick this, I think. I kind of had this planned out ahead of time. I know I want to stick it on this side. I think I want to stick it kind of towards the middle. Okay, so I'm going to stick that right down there. I think I'm just going to take this page right out of here. That's why I use the bands for my books, because a lot of times I really like to take my pages out of the book. For me, it's easier to work on. When you do that, you want to make sure you don't get super, super close, like right along the edge, because remember, it does still have to go back in the book. Okay, and then I've already made a tag for this, and here is the tag. So, and that was with the paper that I said I thought was more blue, and then I took one of I took one of these, stuck it at the top, and then just punched a hole in it. And so now I have like the ring thing, but it's glittery. And so I put that on some cardboard. So that's going to go in there. Now I'm going to kind of push it kind of hard to see if it's going to stick. And it's not. If it was going to stick, what I would do is I would just sprinkle some powder down in there, or put a little powder on the edge of my tag, and then put my tag in there. And whenever you do something with double-sided sticky tape, if you make a pocket with double-sided sticky tape and things are sticking, somehow get some powder down inside of there with a Q-tip, with a thin paintbrush or something, just a little bit of baby powder, put it down in there, and it will attach to the sticky stuff that's sticking to your tag, so your tag does not stick. And that doesn't seem to be sticking at all, so I'm going to put that tag in there. And then what I wanted to do with this half, and I think I'll put the makeup on it. No, I won't. I'll put it on in a second, because I'm going to have to, and I want to put this, I'm going to put this, I think, in each corner, just like that, as a decoration. I'm going to take the whole sticky off the back and just put it up there for decoration, but I just thought it would be nice since we have this one here. Set the tag up there for a minute. I'm going to just hold it this time and cut that. Now I'll put a little bit of the makeup on it. Because my makeup has really gotten loose, I try and stick something underneath of it so I'm not getting that powder everywhere. But I'm just going to put this on all of the edges. And since I don't have my this taken off yet, I don't have to worry about getting it on the sticky part. So there's that one. Get this one done. But these are just some things you can do with this. I just really like to play around with it and see what kind of things I can come up with. Sometimes I make the same thing over and over and over. And then it's like, oh, I'm tired of that now, so it's time to make something else. But when I find something I like, I usually do it for a while. Okay, so I'm going to get that out of my way. Kind of wipe those off a little bit. A little piece of my paper. It's kind of sticking up there where I cut it and where I rubbed on it with the, so I'm just going to stick that back down. And then, and it may sound silly, but you do want to actually see if that's the way you want it or not. It's kind of darker here and lighter up there. And also, the lines are either going up and down, like if I do it like that, or if I do it like this, they're going across. I like it like this better. I like the darker at the bottom, kind of grounds it, and that lighter at the top almost looks kind of like clouds, or, you know, kind of just reminds me of clouds. It doesn't really look like clouds. Just take this backing off. And I am going to open this up. It's not perfectly straight across the bottom. Got a little crooked, and it is what it is. We can't change it once it's stuck down, so it's not bad. All you can do is just be careful and do your best. And don't worry about it if it's not perfect, because it should not be perfect. If it was perfect, that means it came from a factory or something, because no one is perfect. There we go. So now we have that. And we have the tag to fit right in there. I like the way that that looks. Then you can go and you could do some stamping on the back. You could, you know, put some of your little bits around there. I don't see any that I really want to put on there. And for now, I think that is the start of a nice page. I did want to show you how I wanted to show you how I did this part at the top. So we're going to do one of those. for here. Actually, yeah, that's just really too busy for that. I'm going to do it on here. All right, so I'm going to make a tag. Just out of a thin piece of cardboard. Oh yeah, there was something else I wanted to do too. I just really have fun playing with these. That's why I'm doing it. Especially when I get a few new things. Like the little clear plastic bits that are like tiddlywinks. I've never seen those before. And also the long plastic ones. Alrighty. So then I am just going to choose a spot. And I really wanted it to be pretty orange. And I really like those bits. Nope, I'm just going to come right down in this bottom corner. So we'll just get some stick glue on there. And this stick glue I got at the craft outlet on clearance, so I don't have any idea like whether it's out there or not. A lot of times people ask me like, what is that glue you're using? Because they want to get some too. It is a permanent stick glue, and it's called Photo Glue Stick Special Photo Safe Formula. Pioneer, it looks like, is maybe the company that makes it. So, but like I said, I don't really know if it's still out there or if it was on clearance because they weren't making it anymore. I don't know. Alrighty, so now we've got our tag. And I want to edge it with the orange. Do the lighter of the two. See, the lighter of the two, but it's not really that light. Sometimes I always wonder if I get my lids mixed up. Okay, so there we go. And then I want to do just a little bit of background color on there. This is just a makeup brush. Just want to make sure that it doesn't still have blue on it, and it doesn't. Makeup brush from the Dollar Tree. So it's not, you know, nothing expensive or fancy or special. It's pretty. I think it's supposed to be like a unicorn horn or something. And I thought it was pretty, so I picked some up. And it works really good to do the backgrounds without getting like big stark lines from your pads. So there we go. So now we have a tag, and we want to do something at the top. So I'm going to use this orange one, which is why we did the oranges. Just going to put that in the middle. That looks good. Press it down. And then these are just, I believe that these are from the Dollar Tree. Not positive, but I think so. And then I'm just going to kind of look, do my best to center it. That looks like it's probably pretty good. A bit of punch. And there we go. So now there's another tag with a really pretty little glitter ring on the top. I just love those. I think that they're so cool. All right. So there's that one. And then that would need a focal point on the front. Ooh, but I think it might look cool with one with this across the bottom. I don't think so. Because it's a tag, you know what? Because it's a tag and it's going to tuck into a tuck spot, but our other tag is going in this way. So it would look cool across the bottom of that one because it's not going into a pocket. So there we go. Yeah, that's kind of cool. And it just gives you that dimension, just little added texture to your project. So there we go. Now we've got that across the bottom, which really looks kind of cool. Put it back in its spot. And then we've got this one. Now, I wanted to put it in a pocket. But do I want to use the same paper because that's quite busy? I don't think so. So for now, we're going to leave that one like it is because this is just a start journal. It's not, it doesn't have to, I don't have to finish it. Whoever decides that they want it, they're going to finish it. So I don't want to do something just to do something, but that looks nicely with that. Now, the other thing that I wanted to do, and remember where is the little, oh, here's the little booklet. So here's our little booklet. I wanted to take this, and I think I'm going to put it on this side. And what I want to do is I want to put it towards the top, like maybe right about here. And then this can tuck right in there like that. And this looks nice with this looks nice with this and this. So I think that's what I'm going to do. It doesn't need to be all the way to the top because I want a place for this to be inside. And so I'm going to cut it right about here. And then I'll just hold this on the other side. And they're not quite the same in length. The sticky part is, but the plastic's a little longer, so I'm going to line up the sticky stuff so that I have about the same on each end. Is that going to fit? Yes, it is. I'm going to take that off. Push it down there. Is it straight? Hopefully. And there we go. Now that sticky stuff does have a bit of depth to it, so that makes it so that we can tuck something in behind here. And I thought that this would be really cute. Just tucked right in there, and there is enough room for it to go between the two sticky sides. Let that top one cover it up so that when it gets pulled out, it says believe behind there. So it's kind of like a little added secret underneath there, or when you flip it up, it also says believe. So that is what you can do with all of those. And for a pocket for this one, it would be nice too to have a pocket with a little bit of velvet across it. Of course, these velvet pieces are not as long as the page, so it would have to be pieced on there, but that would be really kind of cool too. Oh, the last thing, I wanted to do a quick little bit of a dangle just with these. Not really a dangle, but kind of. And so, let me see, I had a piece of chain here that I was using to make dents, and ouch, poked myself. I'm going to put a jump ring. On this little plastic one that has a hole. Then, oh, wait a minute. Then you got to put it on here. Like that. close that jump ring up. And then I had a blue one that had a hole in it. My hands are sticky with glue and with ink. All right, pliers would be good for that. Well, that's why it wouldn't shut, because I wasn't supposed to shut it until I got it on here. So shut that up. Oops. Might be good if I actually shut it. I'm trying to think where I wanted, if I want to try and put a green one on there or not. This one wound up a little bit off kilter. There we go. See, isn't that pretty cute? I really like that. Got an extra piece of chain in there because I didn't put the orange one at the very bottom. And I think that we will put one of the green ones on there. Just going to... And remember, that's what this flap is for. If something gets stuck up there, you can push down on that flap and it helps push that off. One more. Yep, I do have more jump rings right here. And put that one on there. Let's see here. 1, 2. Looks like it's in the third one. 1, 2. Put this one in the third one. Yep. Fiddly's not my thing today. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Meet them up right there. And then find the top of the chain. There we go. And I'm just going to put it on this paper clip. If I can. There we go. Go around and around, all the way to the little part. And then, let's see, I want the big part on the inside. There we go. Stick it on there. So there we go. Cute little dangle. And a few things to start the journal. So there we go. There is today's little craft with me. I hope that you had fun with this and seeing what types of things can be done if you just decide, I just want to play around with these things. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put these things in here that I've already done. Oh, we've got these ones that are drawn on. Oh, I like that little flower. I'm going to put the little flower on the tag right down there in the corner. Because they're kind of milky shaped, it doesn't show through what's underneath of it, but that's just kind of cute. I like that. Alrighty, so I'm going to take these extra bits, not these, because these are sticky. This is the one I did with alcohol ink, which does not really work good on... Alcohol inks will work great on the plastic. That's hard plastic on the top, but does not work well on the sticky side. So we've got these little bits to go along with it. And don't forget, don't get rid of these. These would make little tabs off the side of your journal or a tag or whatever. So don't forget, keep your little bits and pieces. And you never know when they're going to come in handy. So I'm just going to put those papers in there, and I will find a little baggie to put the bits in. But we're going to put these bits in here. And did I have the, what did I do with the long ones? Maybe did I start over here? Oh, I did. All right, so there's a stamp. There's some of the long ones. There's one of the stamps. And there's that stamp. And that one, and that one. And that one. And then we've got a piece of the black velvet. And a couple smaller pieces. See, this one's very... But it doesn't matter because you never know when you just might need something like that. Alrighty. And then we've got some of the clear plastic bits in there. Just a little bit there. The black ones. There's one gray one in there. The round ones like this. There's only one of those. It's in here. And there's maybe 4 or 5 of the ovals because that's all that I had left. So there's those in there. And then... some of the, here are some of the straight bits that you can use, and a few of the circles. What I had for the cork, which was I sorted all of it out and put it in the kits, but these were the pieces that I didn't want to put in the kits because they weren't very nice. So I kept them for myself because you never know. Bits can be good, but I'm going to put those in there. And here are some of the strips and some of the double-sided sticky, which I'll need to find a baggie for this. The ones that you can make up ahead of time. And there we go. So there we go. So those are the things that are going to go with the kit, with the starter journal. And if you are interested, it's $20 PayPal. Just send me an email. If it is available, I will let you know, and you can at that point in time send the payment for it. So thank you very much for stopping by and watching. And remember, if you didn't get the kit, you can still do all of these types of things. Just think about what you have and what you can do it with. Thanks again. I really do appreciate you all. And I hope that you all have an outstanding day. Bye-bye.